looks like we are good right now. Looks like we should be all right, all right, all right. Yeah, looks like we are good. All right, should be good right now. If you guys can, let me know how the audio is coming in and how the video itself is coming in as well. Really helps me out. Again, just if I need to go ahead and adjust the volume, just let me know. Let's see here. Let's see, Stitch. Hey, what's going on, Stitch? Audio is good. What's going on, bruh? AK, what's going on, bruh? Yasmin Morelos, love your videos. Hey, thank you. Much appreciated the support. Let's see what we got here. Leafs fan 8034. What's going on, bro? The card collector 97. See, Gnarls, what's good, my man? What's good? All right, cool. We're gonna be officially starting in like about a minute. Yeah, let's see here. Yeah, in like 4 more minutes, we'll go ahead and like actually officially start. 4 minutes, so at 35, we'll go ahead and actually get the thing going. Incognito Gaming, what's going on? Cutter, my man, what's up, bro? What's up, dude? Fuck it. I did it fucking again. I need to get rid of this fucking water bottle. I have it like right by the streaming desk, so whenever I want to drink water, I finish. And I did the same exact shit yesterday. God, what is wrong with me? All right, I just need to fill that up with water. Gaming Boy 2.0. Hi, I like Airsoft. Yes, I like Airsoft too, man. I very much love Airsoft. All right, yeah, we'll get officially started in like 3 minutes, guys. Don't worry, don't worry. How was your guys' day? I know we stream like pretty much every day at this point, but I was curious, how was your guys' day? How has it been so far? Any plans for the weekend? It is Friday today. Are you guys going airsofting this weekend? Let me know. The water curse. Yeah, man, the water curse, absolutely. Yasmin Miros, how was my day? My day was actually pretty good. It's pretty dang good so far. It's a little bit hot. I will admit, thank God we have AC in the store. But man, oh man, it's getting hotter, dude. Alvin11, what's going on, dude? So yeah, looks like we got a pretty good crowd going right now. And again, guys, always recommend it, like always help us out. Obviously, give it a thumbs up. But share this live stream too. If you guys know anyone that's like remotely interested in airsoft at all, if you want to get your younger brothers or maybe even your significant others, right? You want to go on and get them playing airsoft, but you want to give them a place where they can ask their questions. Make sure to go ahead and send them our way. Send them to this live stream and make sure that they ask questions in our live chat, and we can definitely help them out. We'll get started in like 2 more minutes, and then we'll go ahead and get on into it. Okay, hope Cisco feels better soon. Yes, absolutely. I would love for Cisco to start feeling better. My man's, he texted me because we keep in touch with each other, and he was telling me that he is even struggling just to get out of bed. It was really bad. Normally, he's able to like power through it even when he's sick, and he can host like a live stream. But honestly, he couldn't even get out of bed from last he texted me. It was pretty bad. He says he is improving, but it's just taking longer than he initially anticipated. So hopefully, within due time, he will be feeling much better. 98 in Orlando today. Damn! 91 degrees in Wisconsin. Damn! Zinglesong, that is fucking hot. Jesus. Yasmin Morelos, my birthday was 2 days ago. Hey, happy birthday, Yasmin. I'm going to give a birthday claps right there. Happy birthday. I hope you've had a great birthday week, I guess, or about to be a birthday weekend coming up. Yeah, I hope everything's good. Let's see here. Yeah, he just needs to rest. Yeah, absolutely, he just needs to rest. Man is... It was bad. It was pretty bad. Which is crazy because he actually was vaxxed. But I guess it's just new strain or like fucking like strain that he got, I guess, is just fucking really killing him. But thankfully, he is on the mend. He is improving just slightly. 91 in sunny in Clearwater, Florida. Damn, it's been like 90 something for everyone basically. Fuck, it's really hot. I wonder if you guys are going to be playing airsoft this weekend considering the weather. Fucking, I hate playing in the sun. All right, guys, but with that, it is 3:35. You guys know what that means. That is the start, I guess officially, of again, we're going to use the placeholder name, the Storefront live stream. So if any of you guys have any questions regarding airsoft, you guys are looking for recommendations, you guys want to go ahead and hear opinions on certain things, maybe some insight, then make sure to go ahead and ask a question by leaving the letter Q, literally the letter Q, in front of your question. Put that in the live chat, not the comment section. I will still see that there are comments on our live stream videos. Remember, make sure that they are put down in the live chat, and I'll do my best to answer as many as I possibly can. If for whatever reason I'm not able to go ahead and get to your question, you're more than welcome to ask it again. Just don't spam. Very much appreciated. Do not spam. No one likes that. And you can also go ahead and DM us directly, Instagram, Facebook, or even on our Discord server. We can definitely help you guys out. But before we start answering some questions, I want to let you guys know of what we got going on right now. The biggest thing right now has got to be the Independence Day mystery box. This mystery box retails for only $170, right? And you automatically get free shipping. Now, that should already sound tempting to everyone right now. That should already sound tempting to you guys. But what exactly can you get, right? Well, we put the prize list down here. Take a look at this. Insane stacked prize list, right? You got LCT, you got VFC. You got the BCMs, you got the G&G, you got some classic armies and some Zion arms, even some Arcturuses in there as well. KWA, you do not want to miss your opportunity to go ahead and win big with the Independence Day mystery box. Remember, it's only $170. You automatically get free shipping. You're saving yourself a shit ton of money there. Not only that, you're also going to get 10 entries into the shopping spree giveaway. It says it right here. Each mystery box purchased by 707, that's going to be next week, Thursday, will get 10 entries into the shopping spree giveaway. And that shopping spree giveaway, remember, Cisco is sick, so we had to postpone it. It's going to be going down next week on Thursday, and it's going to be for $1,800. So you guys have some massive, massive chance. Because, again, not too many people have been taking advantage of it. We've had already some people taking advantage of the mystery box when placing their orders. You guys have to make sure that you get yours before it's too late and place your orders. We also got coupon code 20th. This code is expiring very, very soon. In fact, I believe next week is going to be the expiration date for it, so make sure you take advantage and place your orders for that. We also have coupon code 20BD for 20% off all accessories. So if you guys want to go ahead and pick up some accessories for, let's say, I don't know, like maybe an optic, you want to go ahead and get a vertical grip, maybe even magazines, right? You can definitely go ahead and use that as well. Use that coupon code to get the best deals possible. It's 20BD. You can also use coupon code GEAR for 20% off all tactical gear. If you're picking up a helmet, maybe a plate carrier or a chest rig, boots, or maybe even some gloves, whatever it may be, make sure to go and use coupon code GEAR for the best things possible. But with that said, let's answer some questions, shall we? All right, let's see here. KWA Ava is a killer deal. Absolutely. KWA, here's all the KWA A&K, all the KWA original series are absolutely fucking dope, right? I love the KWA originals. They are really, really solid right out of the box, right? Even though they don't have an ETU or any sort of fancy like programmable MOSFET or anything, they actually do have the switch life extenders. So they actually can use an 11.1, and they're built very, very well. A lot of guys I know who play like in the more competitive scene will just rock a KWA original completely bone stock, right? The most I would probably suggest that you like upgrade personally would probably be a Unicorn Type 4 inner barrel, because again it's going to come included with the hop-up nub and the bucking. Swap all that out, and you're done. Like you don't have to touch the gearbox at all, right? And the VPS system, the variable FPS system, is fucking cool. So you don't have to go out and change out anything. You can literally just insert the key and just go ahead and twist one way to increase or the other way to go ahead and decrease the FPS, which makes it very, very convenient. And again, 170. Fucking hell. There's a few of the KWA originals in there. All right, moving on up. This comes from Yasmin. What is the best beginning gun? Question. Okay, so best beginning gun. Here's the thing. For the most part, Bossman and I were talking about this yesterday. Like 90% of airsoft guns you can theoretically use and you'll be okay. Like as far as using them, right? Meaning that you can pretty much use any airsoft gun out there without any sort of major issues. Now, because I've been playing for either 13 or 14, one of the two, 13 or 14 years in airsoft. There are things that I've noticed, the guns that usually give their users a easier time staying in the airsoft hobby, if that makes any sort of sense, right? The most convenient options for you. Now, if you go to if you go to our custom showroom and lounge, our walk-in store, and even then, like most airsofters, like they're gonna recommend you generally the same thing, and it's for the most part pretty true. You know, stick with an AR, stick with an M4, stick with an M16 like base platform AEG, and you are gonna be sitting real pretty. Because I mean, the AR platform itself is the most widely used platform. It's the most modular system, so you can customize it to be whatever it is that you want. There are plenty of parts for your gearbox because the gearbox is going to be a version 2 gearbox, right? The most common gearbox that you can find in all of airsoft, right? And I mean, if you want an example of one that I really love to recommend, just like a really good package sort of deal, right? Go with like an LT31 Raider, right? Basically a pre-built Mark 18 for you, right? The standard Gen 2s are going to come included with a battery and charger, Again, so long as they're not the core series. If it says core series, then it's not going to come included with a battery charger. But if it's just a regular Gen 2, especially if it's using a poly body, it's going to come included with a battery and charger. Again, not the best in the world, but just enough to get you started. This one in particular is going to be using a metal rail system that is nearly identical to the DD Mark 18 rail system. It's quad rail, so you can go ahead and put any sort of accessories you want on there. Very lightweight, very durable though. And it's on a shocker deal. Both of these are on a shocker deal. The solid black and the black and tan are going for $188.10. But again, there are other options. It really does depend on what your budget is. I never want to make a customer feel like they have to always spend more. I want to be able to give them options. Now, for example, if you had, say, a little more money and you were looking for something maybe $300 but under $400, right? The best thing that I would honestly recommend would be a Mayo Gang MGC4, right? This is like essentially like the best AEG that you can get on the market right now because we built it ourselves. We had a hand when it came to designing not only the gun itself like externally, but internally as well. We knew what kind of performance spec we wanted to give this bad boy. And yeah, as far as the trigger response, rate of fire, range and accuracy, this thing is a fucking monster, right? And for $315, fucking worth it. But again, you can get that even cheaper when you use coupon code 20th, right? Use coupon code 20th, you can get that 10% off. You can get that even cheaper. Yeah, fucking worth it. Everyone that owns one right now, fucking happy. Absolutely astounded with the performance that they've been able to get. All right, this one comes from Leafs fan 8034. There's a public shooting range in the store, correct? Yes. So if we actually have an interactive target shooting range. So if you guys wanted to come by the custom showroom and lounge and you have your own stuff, you just want to go out and mess with the targets, yeah, absolutely. We will ask that you bring BBs and green guys. We have some for you to use as well. But if you need more BBs, we're going to need to go out and charge you out for it. But yes, you can definitely bring your own airsoft guns. We even have eye protection as well. That's free to use. Yeah, it's a very cool interactive target, actually. I always have fun using it whenever we get a chance to. Okay, this one comes from LeaseFan8034 again. SSG-1 or Lancer Gen 3? So, between the two... Let's pull the SSG-1, right? Like, I mean, personally, like... I mean, I'm going to say, like, again, I know people keep always asking me, and I'm always trying to think, like, okay, but what? I'm like, yes, the Gen 3, like, honestly, like, I feel like is a better bang for your buck. I mean, let's take a look at one of these, right? Just a standard, right, SSG-1, right? The SSG-1s are cool. I feel like it is kind of comparing different guns, though. But as far as just regular, like, performance, I'm going to give it hand down to the Gen 3. Again, I feel like just the range, accuracy... I want to say the rate of fire is going to be better on the Gen 3. But again, the Gen 3 is going to come included with the programmable ETU, the Nebula MOSFET, right? This one is cool, and this one is programmable for the 3-round burst. But I feel like it's just so much easier to do it on the Nebula MOSFET, and there's more options. Again, binary trigger is fucking cool. That binary function on the Gen 3s are fucking dope, right? And they're like significantly more affordable too, right? You can get one for like $100 less, right? Some Gen 3s are literally going for like low 200s, high 100s, right? Like $190, $200 price mark, and they go up from there, right? I would say personally go with the Gen 3, but I mean, again, like the SSG-1 looks cool. Like if you were going for that sort of like paintball marker sort of aesthetic, then that is not a bad choice. You know, you can definitely go with that, and it definitely does its job. Cutter, my loadout is all black, so no, not going out there this weekend. No, that is a smart man. That is a smart man. Gaming Boy 2.0, my birthday's tomorrow. Well, happy birthday, the Game Boy 2.0. I hope you have a wonderful birthday weekend. Alvin11, tell Cisco to rest, eat soup, and take some tequila shots. Absolutely, I'm gonna let him know that you said that. Let's see, make sure I'm not missing anything. Okay, I think we're good. I think that's most of those. Oh, Leafs fan 8034. How good are the triggers on the Lancer Gen 3s? They're solid. They are absolutely solid. They are pretty damn snappy when paired with an 11-1. I think. But out of all of them, the MGC4, because technically speaking, that was built off of a Gen 3, that one is going to be a little bit, a lot snappier in my opinion. But, I mean, if you're talking about just like a standard Gen 3, yeah, no, they are all solid. They are all really, really solid. Like, I love nice and snappy, right? There's not a huge, like, ginormous trigger pull, right? Like, if you were to compare it to, like, a fucking bullpup, right? That's going to be insane. All right, let's go with new products here. It's going to pull up, just have that on the background so you guys can go ahead and see. Again, Independence Day Mystery Box, guys. We have already sold a few of them. You definitely want to go ahead and pick yourself up one, right? $170, and again, that prize list is insane. Okay, scrolling up, scrolling up. TCR671 is the giveaway live stream on Tuesday or Thursday. It's gonna be on Thursday. Next Thursday specifically for $1,800. Again, any $20 order you place gets you entered, but right now, if you want the highest odds of winning, get yourself an Independence Day mystery box. You get 10 entries. All right, let's scroll down to the most recent questions. Question: Where is your ring? I'm not too sure what you're talking about. Where is my ring? Let's see here. Cutter, gotta save up for a naked MGC4. Yeah, man, a naked MGC4, fucking hell yeah. Like fucking, let's see here. Let's take a look at it. Right? Go to MGC4. I just love like pulling it up, right, and seeing it. Yeah, there you go. The challenge kit, right? The challenge kit is fucking cool because again, makes it so much easier for you to just start immediately like start Cerakoting it if you want to hydro dip it or give like your own custom rattle can job. Absolutely. I really want to see what people can do and see people's creativity when given a blank template or a blank canvas such as this, right? But again, if you want to get a cheaper cutter, coupon code 20th, get 10% off, right? All right, let's see here. See, make sure I'm not missing anything. NK MGC Mark 2, I can't wait to have it in my hands. Yeah, but dude, you're gonna be fucking happy. You're gonna be super excited. Like, it's so cool. It's so good. All right. Last night asked, do you like Glock 17? Do I like Glock 17s? Yes, absolutely. I actually do own one. I have an older G Series 17, but yeah, no, I actually like the Glock 17s a lot. If you're asking about the Umarex ones specifically, like the current ones, the officially licensed ones, yeah, they're solid. They're good. They're incredibly reliable. They have great performance right out of the box. And more aftermarket components are being released for them. Unicorn Airsoft actually does have outer barrels, inner barrel, and hop-up chamber kits readily available on our website. So definitely worth checking out. I would recommend a Glock 17. TCR671, what should I be looking for in batteries? It depends on the gun. Stitch, yes, Stitch said it best. Depends on your replica. Most of mine are like 11-1 lithium ions, 300 or 3,000 milliamperage. It really depends ultimately on like what it is that you are going to be getting it for, right? Just make sure that, I would say even more than the voltage, the first thing would probably be to make sure, okay, where is the battery compartment? How much battery space do I actually have on that particular gun? And then from there, determine what shape you need. Because Airsoft LiPo batteries, theoretically, as long as the connector is the same, and even then you can just swap out connectors by just simple solder job, they'll all work. They'll all, technically speaking, work for the gun. Like, they'll all function. Whether or not you should, depending on the voltage is another question, or whether or not it will even fit. Because if, let's say you have a gun that is front wired, right? And your battery compartment is fairly small, if you get like a fat ass brick, like a 3,000 or like a 4,000 milliamperage brick battery, that shit ain't gonna fit. You're gonna need to find a smaller battery and then either change it out the wiring harness so that it faces the rear, or you're gonna need to go ahead and have it stick out of the handguard itself or the rail system, and then get like a dummy pack box or some type of pouch on the outside to hold it, because you don't want that battery just flopping around. You know what I mean? That's not a good idea. Okay, make sure. Rubber Duck, what is the best rifle you have that is cool? I mean, if you're asking about Airsoft GI has, it would probably be the Mayo Gang MGC4 Mark II, baby. Specifically, the black and bronze one is my favorite version, right? I love that black and bronze. It looks so clean. But you can also get the solid black. Or if you don't like the colors, again, you want something unique, get the challenge kit as well. That one's available as well. But yeah, just pulling that bad boy up right there. Very cool. Very fucking cool. All right, let's see here. My personal collection, the gun I think is the coolest, probably my 249 Mark 46, my classic Army 249. I've had that one for years, and I still use it for Milsim events to this day. Okay, let's see here. Manual Chief Torres, what is the best MK12 you have on the store? The MK12, let's see, Mark 12, let's see here. I believe there should be a double bell one that's not the most expensive in the world. It's fairly, yeah, actually. Yeah, the double bell Mark 12 SPR is super fucking cheap right now, like very, very cheap, right? Depending on whether you want the mod 1 or the mod 0, right? Let's go with the mod 1, right? It's a cheaper one. Yeah, this one right now is like super freaking cheap right now. 153.63. It's using a standard version 2 gearbox, so very, very easily upgradable. Normal retail alone is actually really good. It's 166.99, but it's discounted to 153.63. Fuck hell yeah. Like, again, this thing is so easy to work on, so easy to upgrade. If you're looking for a Mark 12 to just start like building out to your spec, then this would be the one that I would recommend. Because most SPR builds, DMR builds, long range builds, most of them require a little bit of work out of the box anyway, right? If you wanted to get like a true SPR, like a true DMR or marksman's rifle, something like that, you would need to put a little bit more work into it. Maybe not a whole lot, depending on the platform you get, but you definitely want to invest some, right? This makes it so much easier because you're basically getting a blank canvas, right, that already looks the part. You don't need to do anything on the externals, except maybe get like an optic, right? But other than that, all you need to go ahead and do is get the internals and just swap them in. That's literally it. All right. Well, now with that said, let's keep going. Slicer giveaway Tuesday. Thursday. Answered that one already. Oh, Alvin11 asks, Isaias, can you recommend me a shotgun that I can run as a primary? So there are two main like types of shotguns that I like to recommend, and it depends on your budget. Now, when I was playing 13, 14 years ago, right? Running a spring-powered, like a good quality spring-powered tri-shot shotgun was a viable option. And honestly, I believe, and I have a firm belief in this, that you still can run like one of those like spring-powered tri-shot shotguns. I think that those are pretty damn like essential, and everyone should have at least one, right? You can go with something like, let's see, spring shotgun, right? Just type something like that, and waiting for the damn internet to load. There's a couple different options as well. Usually something like, let's see if I can find one. Even something as simple as like, yeah, this is a classic, right? Something like just a tri-shot spring like shotgun, like one of these will last you a while, right? I still have mine from years ago, right? I'll still play with mine. I actually own, let's see here. See if I can find it. Yeah, I actually own the ASG Frankie Spaz 12. This version, because again, when it came out, I was like, oh, I want to cosplay as Muldoon or Alan Grant from Jurassic Park, right? So I bought it, right? And I'm working on the folding stock for it. But this uses the exact same shells as like any of the UTG M3 style like spring shotgun like shells. Magazines are super cheap for them. And these are under $100, right? And again, you can even get it cheaper, right? Using coupon code 20. But if you were looking for something just a little bit more, and you don't mind spending a little more, I would say go with, let's see, Golden Eagle shotgun. You can go with some of the Golden Eagle shotguns, actually. One of the ones that I would normally recommend. Dang, it sold out. The one I normally would recommend. So actually, this one is still pretty good, though. This is actually pretty good. I actually would go for this one. Just because I like the classic wood furniture on a lot of my classic guns, right? Shotguns included. But you can go with something like this. This classic M870. This is following the standard TM870 design, so you can find the gas cartridge replacement. You can find that very easily. The shells are going to be the exact same as the spring-powered shells, so those are cheap, right? And 3 to 6 shots, so you can choose between whether you want to do tri-shot or you want to shoot 6 BBs per trigger pull. That's very cool. But of course, you can never go wrong with the classic scatter gun. Waiting for this to load. Yeah, you can go with a classic Jagarm scatter gun. The Reaper is actually the Reaper TS is one very popular model, right? And for good reason. Nice and short. It's got that M-lock handguard on there. It's got the retractable stock. Very cool. And the Picatinny up top, so you can mount like any sort of optic, right? Very fucking cool. Very, very cool. And there's different options as well if you want to see all the different versions. The TSS is also a really cool one. This one's not going to be as short. However, it is going to have a little side caddy for you to go ahead and put down like more shotgun shells. And again, like the heat shield up top. So you can put, it has Picatinny segment on top, so you can put any sort of optic of your choosing. Those would be my options. And again, use coupon code 20 for any of them, and you're going to get 10% off. Just saying. Okay, let's see here. Okay, should be caught up on those. Let's go ahead and go down here. Okay, the card collector 97. I have a Lancer Tactical Nightshade High Kappa. Should I mod it or buy a Tokamarui 5.1 and mod that? Now, I would say since you already have the Nightshade, I would say go ahead and just, if you want to start upgrading your gun, start upgrading that one. You can definitely get a Tokamarui 5.1. We sell 5.1s as well. We sell the TM, and it's cool, but I feel like, again, this is just my personal opinion. Again, right? This is not knocking on anyone's personal taste at all. That's totally fine. But I've said it before and I'll say it again. Tokamarui definitely set the standard for everyone, right? Being the OGs. But just because you're the original doesn't always make you the best, right? That's always going to be a thing. Every company has made their own version of Tokimarui something, right? Whether it be some AEG or some gas blowback, right? They're all going to be using that same system but adding their own thing to it. The amount of work you would need to get it to for a TM 5.1 in order to get to the performance spec that we all want it to be at, you'd end up spending more money, which again, if you want to do that, that's totally fine. That's entirely up to you. But the Nightshade already is like shooting nicer than the 5.1. I'm going to say it does shoot nicer than the 5.1. It's already using a full metal construction as is. It's not using cheap plastic, right? And again, it can still be upgraded just like a regular 5.1, right? Some fitment may be required depending on the parts you might buy, but it'll work. So you might as well just go with that personally and make it easier for yourself. But again, that's entirely user choice. Okay, let's see here. Make sure I'm not missing anything. All right, cool. Let's keep scrolling up. Let's keep scrolling up. Users mags. Make sure I'm not missing anything. All right, cool. Which airsoft handgun can be my EDC that is best and good quality? I mean, there are plenty of, like, again, like if you want to take a look at like which airsoft handguns that we have, it's just going to be a matter of like, and as far as quality, that's all going to be like a matter of preference. I would say that my top 3 brands, I guess, yeah, my top 3 brands for airsoft pistols right now, I would have to say it's either Army Armament, Vorsk / Raven, because I'm not going to count them as 2 separate companies. They're the same freaking company. I don't know why they needed to separate. It's so annoying. So Vorsk, Raven, Army Armament, and oh, that's a good one. I would say some of the Golden Eagle high capas on, or some of the Golden Eagle pistols are actually really solid too. But I think number 1 for me is probably going to be Army, then Vorsk and Raven. Okay. Okay, Goofy asks, hello, I forgot what I need to buy inside my high capa when I want HP. I asked last night, and it's in stock. What you recommend? Depends on what type of performance spec you're going for. But usually I would suggest personally loading nozzle. I mean, because again, you can do it stock, but I would probably want to go ahead and maybe beef up those internals a little bit. So maybe a loading nozzle, optional to do the blowback housing unit. But definitely, again, the number 1 things that I would always recommend, no matter what type style of build you're doing, always upgrade the inner barrel and the bucking. I know it's not the sexiest sounding components, but it's gonna do you wonders to do that. Let's see, cutter. I'm going to use gun bluing on it, then dremeling it, lightning bolts going all down the handguard and through the upper and lower receiver. Cutter, you got some ambitious plans for that challenge kit, man. I'm excited to see that. I really want to see that. Make sure to go ahead and tag us in Discord, or if you have other social medias, make sure to go ahead and tag us so we can see it, because I really want to see what you can do, man. I know that you do some really good work, and I really want to see what you can do with that challenge kit. It is a challenge. Okay, you get that. You get it. Lintil as indoor or outdoor airsoft. Ooh, that is a completely preferential question. It really depends on the person you are asking. For me personally, I am an outdoor player first and foremost. However, I do love me some good indoor action, right? Like my local field to GI would be probably, like, for indoors is going to be Project N1, right? Project N1 I feel like is one of my favorite indoor fields, probably one of my favorite fields, period. It's actually number 2 fields for me. Actually, I guess now, if I'm taking that into consideration too, if I had to have my list of my ranking of fields right now, for me personally, my top 3 airsoft fields right now is actually, believe it or not, U.S. Airsoft Field, or U.S. Airsoft World, out in Anderson, California. Yeah, I forgot where the fuck is that again? Just outside of Reading. That's right. U.S. Airsoft Field, where we hosted BB Wars Coastal Front, the first BB Wars to be held in California in years. Yes, 100%. I fucking love that field. That field is dope. If anyone plays there, or anyone knows the staff there, let them know that Isaias fucking loves your field. I really do, and I think the community there is really, really dope. Made some good friends up there too. The crowd there is just hits different, It just feels good. That's a very welcoming community. And I felt very welcome there. I'm pretty sure so did most of the boys in GI. But that would be number 1. Number 2 would be Wildlands Airsoft, right? Lake Elsinore. Ever since I've been going there, I haven't stopped. That's my favorite that's my go-to field, right? It's not super close, but it's not the farthest either. And then number 3 would be Project N1. That's my favorite indoor field for sure. Out of all the indoor fields I've been to, that is definitely my favorite. Let's see here. Have a G17 Gen 5 that I love. Josh Bizjack. Yeah, man. Fucking, I love the G17s. I love the Umarex Glocks. Will there be a Tuesday stream next week since that's 4th of July? Stitch, I don't know, actually. I'm not too sure what the schedule is going to be like for next week. We will be making an announcement as soon as we figure that out. TCR601, when it comes to tacos, hard or soft shell? Okay, now we're talking. These are the questions I want to hear, baby. All right. So when it comes to tacos, hard or soft shell? So if you guys couldn't tell, I mean, I feel like it was pretty obvious, right? I am a Hispanic man. Very specifically, I am a Mexican man. And I will always go soft shell, right? Soft shells are the way to go, right? I know some people are fans of hard, and that's totally fine. I've had a few hard shells in my day as well, and they're not bad. But you cannot beat the classic soft shell like street taco. That is the best way to have a taco, and I will die on that hill. I don't give a fuck how many Taco Bell fanboys I need to curb stomp to get my point across. That is number one. You cannot replace that. You cannot. But again, to each their own. Obviously, you can fucking like whatever you like, dude. I don't care. All right. Zingle Zong asks your opinion on well GBR AKs. The well GBR AKs they're not bad. They're a fun project to actually go with. Now, would I recommend automatically going to the field with them as is in their current state without any upgrades? Probably not. I think they're really, really dope and then fun guns. If you're looking to just like collect them, right? Just have them as a toy, or if you're looking to play in your backyard with them, I would say yeah, go for it. But if you want to start using them as like your primary. Oh, sorry, apologies. Then I would say maybe start looking into investing in some upgrades. Okay. Yasmin Morales. They were asking where's your shooting range. We have a shooting range. It is in our custom showroom and lounge. There is going to be a set of cases that we have like guns on display. Behind that is actually where we have our shooting range. All you have to do is ask one of our representatives up in the front if you can use it. And yeah, by all means, you are more than welcome to it, man. All right, let's see here. Make sure I'm not missing anything. Okay, should be caught up on those questions. Let's keep scrolling down. Stitch is finally blue. Fidel. Hey, what's going on, Fidel? Grilled cheese burrito. Oh, actually, hold on now. That sounds delicious. Do you remember at Chipotle they used to do, or I think they still do it. Is it the, what the fuck is it? It's not a quesarito, right? It's literally where they'll do like a quesadilla, but they'll use the quesadilla as the actual burrito wrapping for your burrito. Oh, yes. All right. Dark Tree, my man, what's going on, bruh? Okay, let's see here. Okay, this one's a good one. Ooh. Kyle Hammonds. This is a very good question. Favorite action war movie and why? Mine would be a toss-up between Black Hawk Down and Lone Survivor. Ooh, that's a good one. Black Hawk Down is definitely like goated for sure, man. It's goated with the sauce. Fuck. Black Hawk Down is definitely one of them, man. That's the thing. Like if it has to be like action war movie, like it has to be specifically a war movie. Okay, I think mine would probably have to be, yeah. Actually, I think mine is either it's a toss up between Fury and Black Hawk Down. I really love Fury. Like that movie's just so fucking good, right? Brad Pitt, fucking John Bernthal, right? Did an amazing job in that movie, right? I fucking love their characters so much. It's just so brutal, man. Just fucking like ruthless. That's literally the word I use to describe Fury, that movie. It's just ruthless, right? I mean, I love all like action war movies, right? Like Saving Private Ryan, right? That's definitely got to be a classic for sure. I feel like everyone at the very least, especially now, right? Because World War II like seems like such a long, far off, distant thing that like we have no idea about, right? Like, and obviously all of us, right? Like for the most part, like especially like if you're in your 20s right now, like even then, that's still a little bit like kind of seems far away. I always recommend to people that want to get into like history, watch Saving Private Ryan. Not so much for the historical accuracy for the rest of the movie, but just for the depiction of war that they had. The beach storming of the beach scene was just legendary, man. Like to this day, like people will still study that film and watch it. Just the opening sequence is just gut wrenching. I remember my parents, my dad took my mom in the theaters when it actually first came out, and my mom actually couldn't handle it. She was crying, like she genuinely was crying, and she had to go outside. And there was, I think I remember she was telling me that there was a few older dudes, like real old guys, that were out of the theater too, that were like smoking, like they were just. I saw one of them smoking a cigarette, even though you're not supposed to smoke a cigarette in the fucking building. He was, but there was just a few old guys too, and they were just like. My dad talked to them afterwards, and he started wanted to say like, hey, you okay, and what's going on, and it turns out they were also vets as well, and they couldn't handle, like, it just felt like they were back in it from what they said, and I was like, whoa, like that's fucking crazy, dude. All right, let's keep scrolling up. Stitch, TM plastic is not cheap. Just saying. I mean, I don't know, Stitch. I mean, I've seen plenty of builds of people dropping them, and they're like, I'm not saying TM plastic is bad, but I mean, it ain't. I don't think it's as strong as we like to think it is, if I'm being honest. TY asks, can I order if I am from the UK? Yes. We ship internationally. However, it is up to the buyer to know and understand and follow all their local laws and regulations regarding airsoft. Because once it's out of our hands, it's in the shipper and it's in customs, it's literally out of our hands. We cannot do anything at that point. So if it gets seized at customs for whatever reason, sorry, man. There's nothing we can do at that point. And with that being said, we have shipped to the UK before. No issues. Okay, this one comes from Glenn Wade, saying, going to put a 603 millimeter Type 4 Prometheus barrel in my G&G M14 G&G LE5. What hop-up bucking would you recommend? Any other upgrades while I'm at it that is easy to do? I would say the bucking would probably be pretty solid, or like a very easy upgrade that you can go ahead and do. There's a couple different brands you can go with. There's a lot of people that love to stick with the G&G green bucking, and it's not a bad bucking. Usually, let's see. I wonder if we have modify hard bucking. Oh, damn it, that one sold out. Okay, let's do modify bucking. Modified buckings are always good. I've never had any sort of issues with them. I know a lot of people like those. You can also go with the Mad Bull Blue. That's another good hop-up bucking as well. Yeah, you get a 2-pack of that as well. That's actually pretty good. Yeah, those would be the ones that I would normally go with. And then let's see if we have hop-up nubs right now. Hop-up nub. Yeah, or actually, yeah, that's right. I'm an idiot. Go with the unicorn ones, man. Go with the unicorn buckings, right? You can also get the, you can get the modify hop-up nubs. Those were solid. If you go, especially if you're going with the Prometheus one, that's actually the combo that I used to have. Granted, this is at a time before unicorn airsoft was actually readily available. Let's see, the unicorn hop-up bucking. Yeah, let's see. AEG, you can get the 60 degree. Yeah, AEG 70 degree would probably like the one that I would normally go with, or the 80 degree, just because, again, I do lift heavier BBs, or I do want to lift heavier BBs. So I would usually recommend going with one of those two. Those would be fucking great. Those would be fucking solid. All right, keep going up. Keep going up. Okay, I think. All right, cool. Stitch goes. Hamburger Hill. Ooh, Hamburger Hill is actually pretty good. Hacksaw Ridge and Heartbreak Ridge are also really solid too. If I remember correctly, Heartbreak Ridge is the one with what's his name? What's the actor's name? Clint Eastwood, right? If I remember correctly, that's the one with Clint Eastwood, right? Let's see. Fidel Commando. I don't know if that's a war movie. I mean, the man definitely declares war on those guys, but I don't know if it's a war movie. But if we're going in that regard too, like if we're talking about just like your action movies overall, I'd have to say The Raid. Honestly, I love The Raid, man. That's like fucking dope. I love that movie. Absolutely, I love The Raid. If we're including like the normal action movie and not just like the war time movies, you know what I mean? I don't know, maybe in my head it's like separate genres, but there's a little bit of overlap there. Action movie, yeah, for me, John Wick, and of course loved Rambo growing up. Rambo is fucking dope, dude. If you guys ever have a chance, everyone like has this image of what Rambo is, right? And that's totally like fair, right? I totally get why you would get it, right? Just headband M60, just going to town on Viet Cong or rebels, right? And I totally understand why people would have the image, but most people forget that the first like Rambo movie, even though it is like considered an action movie, that actually didn't really have like much bloodshed outside of like one dude dying, right? And I feel like that movie really showed that, and Rocky really showed like the acting chops of freaking Sylvester Stallone. Like I think those movies are like fucking super underappreciated. Rocky, the first one especially, I feel like kind of gets slept on a little bit now. Zinglezong, why did you get into airsoft? Oh, this is a very good question actually. So I got into airsoft like I've always had like a thing for paintball, right? I really wanted to play paintball because I always loved like first person shooter games. I always loved action movies, right? I wanted to be like that hero that you would see in those movies. But I never knew of any way to go ahead and replicate that when I played, right? Outside of just playing pretend with my cousins in their backyard, right? We used to get like because a lot of times we couldn't get like the toy guns or the Nerf guns, right, back in the day. So we would like get like metal pipes that we'd find in our grandpa's garage, right, or try to make out of cardboard our own or duct tape, right, try to make our own like guns, right, shapes that basically kind of look like guns and use our imagination, right. Because we saw Saving Private Ryan, which we should not have seen Saving Private Ryan as kids, but we did, and we would try to recreate the whole like the beach landing scene in our backyard, right? Because we had a trailer and it had a big ass like door, so we'd like manually drop it, and we'd try to march on through. It was super fun. It was super fun. Oddly enough, when we played that game, we had one of our cousins. He was sitting at the back of the garage, right? Because there was some distance between that trailer where the door would open, and he'd put up like barricades and stuff. But he would have a water hose, right? He'd have a water hose and like one of the freaking like jet nozzles, right? One of the jet nozzle guns, and he would just sort of replicate like the MG42s in the bunkers. Oh man, we got in so much trouble too because like our grandparents came home because they were watching all of us. Our grandparents came home and they were like, "What the fuck?" Right? ¿Qué pasa aquí? Right? And they're like, "What the fuck? You're wasting all the water." Oh man, the water bill was so expensive that month too. We got an ass whooping for that. But yeah, no, it was super cool. Like I always wanted to do something like that, but like actual. And I saw paintball on TV one time, and I was like, "Oh fuck, this looks cool." And then it just kind of took off from there, right? I really wanted to do paintball, but I could never get a chance to. I just was always school, studying, right, doing other stuff, doing other extracurricular activities. But when I did paintball for my birthday, I saw that they were doing airsoft there, and I was already doing like kind of airsoft in my backyard with like the cheap guns. But I was like, oh, they play airsoft like officially here. We could do this, and that's when me and my friends just started getting into it, and it just kind of took off from there. Yeah, I've been playing for this whole time. Okay, I answer that question. Fury's rat honorable mention to Saving Private Ryan. Yeah, dude, Kyle Hammond's the good choice. Good choice. Kaylee Steel Moon says Glory. Actually, you know what? Glory hits different too, man. Matthew Broderick in that movie, pretty solid. Freaking, oh my God, what's his name? What is his name? Why can't I ever remember his name? The dude from Training Day. Ah, I'm gonna like get roasted for this because I don't remember his name. Such a good actor. Man on Fire. Ah, fuck. I'm gonna come back to that. I'm gonna remember his name. Ooh, TCR 671, American barbecue or Korean barbecue? Ooh, okay, that's a very good question. Don't get me wrong, I love my American barbecue, right? Can't go wrong with some nice ribs, right? Some potato salad. I love some corn on the cob too. Yeah, I love barbecue food, barbecue chicken too, right? It's always slaps. Brisket sandwich, tri-tip sandwich, fuck, right? All good. However, I do think I am a little bit more partial to Korean barbecue. I think it's because like American barbecue I grew up with, right? And it's like, okay, it's always gonna have a soft spot in my heart. But Korean barbecue, man, the first time I had it when I was a kid, changed my life. Changed my life forever. Like I minimum need to go to a K barbecue place at least once a month, right? Hell, I've gotten to a point where I started like I'll know like what ingredients to buy, so I'll start making it at home, right? I'll have picnics right in the park, and like my little tiny propane burner, I'll bring that out with me, and I'll go ahead and make Korean barbecue out when I'm having a picnic. That was a good one. Fidel asks, Isaias patch sticker or queso patch when? I don't know, man. I don't really know. I can't really answer that question, man. I mean, if we see enough people requesting it, then maybe we might be able to go ahead and do it. We might be able to do it. Who knows? We'll see. Manuel Chief Torres asks, what is the best PEC 15 you have on the store? Ooh, actually, if we're looking for PEC boxes, one of my favorite ones that we have right now, I believe it's the Atlas Custom Works ACW's PEC 15s. Here's the thing, we carry a bunch of different like PEC boxes, right? And they'll all function, right? They all have a good laser, and the light is, granted the lights are never really that bright on PEC boxes. They're just meant for like, again, just to help like guide you in complete dark settings, right? And just kind of see what's directly in front of you, I feel like. But the lasers all work just fine. Actually, let me see. Oh, are we sold out? ACW Peck. Hope not. We might be sold out. Oh wait, no, we're not. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Right, probably one of these guys. Right, the laser on these is super bright, and the IR like function on it actually works. We know because Justin, my buddy Justin up in the front, he has a set of real NVGs. And when we were closing up shop, we turned off all the lights in the store when he bought his, right? And he turned it on, turned on the IR function on the laser, and it worked. Like it actually worked. And we tested it too to make sure it wasn't like, okay, are we able to see it without the NVGs too? You couldn't see it. With the NVGs, you could see it. It works. It really works. And $77, that ain't bad. But again, you can get even cheaper when you use coupon code 20th to get 20% off accessories. Just saying. Just throwing that out there. All right, make sure we're not missing anything. All right, we could be good. All right, cool. Let's keep scrolling down to the most recent questions. There you go, Denzel Washington. Fucking Christ. Morgan Freeman, too. Absolutely. Time to ante up and act like men. Like men. I love that quote. I love that quote. All right. Kyle Hammond, Shia LaBeouf. Yes, absolutely. No, well, that was in Fury. But yes, I loved him in that movie, too. Okay, I got the Lance Tactical variable scope, but haven't mounted it yet. Do I need to use Loctite or anything like that? No, you don't have to use Loctite. I mean, you can like definitely, if you want to like put adhesive on there to keep it in that same position. I mean, you can. You don't have to though. You definitely don't have to, and it also kind of would make it harder as well if you wanted to say like put that optic on another gun and down the line, right? It's like, oh shit, I gotta redo or undo all the freaking adhesive that I have on there. That can be a little annoying. I mean, you can definitely do it if you want to, but it's entirely up to you. I normally wouldn't recommend it personally, but you can. All right, guys, and just a reminder, make sure to go ahead, and if you haven't already, make sure to pick up an Independence Day mystery box, right? An Independence Day mystery box. You get yourself 10 entries into the shopping spree giveaway, and that's going to be going down next Thursday for $1,800. We've already sold a few of the Independence Day mystery boxes already, so you guys want to make sure that you pick up yours because there is limited quantity, right? Only 170, and it gives you this insane prize list, right? And these are some real good guns on here, right? Ain't no slouches in this thing, man. This thing is fucking stacked, right? So make sure that you pick yours up. And here's the thing. Even the lowest, like, costing prize that you could win on this is already more than the cost of the box that's going on right now. It's 175, which, again, is more expensive than 170. It's going to be by $5. So even then, even if you were to get the lowest tier prize on there, you are still getting more than what you actually pay for. Because again, automatic free shipping. Just saying, make sure you guys take advantage now while you can. All right. Oh, I'm going to get rid of that. All right, cool. Okay, here's a good one. This one comes from Gnarls. Tell me some tips for Milsim West, like how squads decided. Should I just keep my eye on the Facebook page? Should I rent NVGs as militia? I just have no idea. So, Gnarls, it's definitely a recommendation to, like, if you haven't already been reached out, make sure that you look up the Facebook pages for your, if you've already bought your ticket and everything, and you got your confirmation number and everything, make sure that you join the Facebook group for that event, for that faction. That's going to help really streamline a lot of the information being dispersed to everyone. I would say how squads are decided. I believe most of like the team like splitting is usually up to the cadre and the organizers how they want to do it. However, if you have like a group of friends that you want to go with, they always try their best and they try damn hard to make sure that guys within the same like team, if they put down when buy your ticket, if you want to be paired with someone else or any group in particular, it helps to put down a group name or some type of team name so that way everyone kind of sticks together, right? For example, my team, TFA, right? Whenever we go as a group, right, because we have, most of the time we usually have a squad of 9 or more. When we go, we're able to usually have our own squad because we have 9 people, right? And if you have more, that's more people that might be added. And then they'll have randoms maybe join up to help fill the spots. But if we being our friends, whenever we go, we always know ahead of time. We get a roster going of ourselves. All right, who's going for sure? All right, how many do we have? If we have like we've gone several times where we've had a perfect 18. So it was like 2 squads of 9, which was really cool. That was really fun. That was really, really fun. But yeah, make sure that if you want to go with certain people, make sure that you have your team like name all put down on your whenever you buy your ticket if you haven't already. Now, as far as renting night vision, it is absolutely like up to you, dude, if you want to rent night vision. Renting night vision can be a little pricey. However, it's very fun. It is an experience that I will never forget every time I've rented night vision. It's very cool, right? It just adds to the immersion. Now, with that said, how often are you really going to be using it? It can't. No one can really say, right? You is if your team or your squad for whatever reason is chosen to or asks or tasked rather I should say or is tasked with doing some like night raids or something. Yeah, I could totally see you using night vision. However, just bear in mind the other team also has night vision. Some of them, not everyone. The other team also has night vision, or they're going to use some really bright ass white light, right? And white light, when you're looking through night vision, not fun. I'm pretty sure I've severely scarred my retinas, but it's the game, right? That's all part of the game. Usually, I prefer running white light over night vision just because because whenever my squad get tasked with something, it's usually like, all right, we're just gonna go all out, right? We're just gonna go all out and just fucking attack. They know where we are, right? They always know where we are for whatever reason, right? So, what's the point in trying to go ahead and be sneaky with night vision when you can just use white light? That's just me. Again, that's just more personal thing. If you're trying to be a little more passive, right, and trying to be more sneaky, then I would say, yeah, I would probably say just get some night vision if you want to, and you can do it as a militia. That's totally fine. One thing I would recommend though, Gnarls, if what's really cool and I always appreciate of guys that go as militia, especially if you're going as just like a regular civvy, right? Or not civvy, if you're going as like a regular like militia fighter, try not to go with a loadout that looks too similar to what NATO would be using. We've had a lot of issues within the last couple of events, not major ones, but just again, it kind of sucks when like a lot of militia guys or Rust 4 dudes like to go ahead and go with like. I get it. It's part of the kit, right? It's an actual thing. With the modernization of like gear and the current loadout for Russian Federation soldiers, I get it, right? It's going to be very similar to an extent, right, to what even NATO is using. But I would say try to keep your stuff fairly distinguishable from NATO, right? If you're going to be rocking like any sort of platform, I would highly recommend, and it looks good on you. The cadre always appreciate it. Whenever guys that go militia don't just use an AR, right? They actually use like an AK base or an AK platform or something that's not just your standard AR. It really helps out, really distinguish the teams a little bit better. All right, that's just some words of advice. Tombstone American Classic, damn right it is. I'll be a Huckleberry. If you ever come to PA. I do World War II reenacting and get you a ride in the actual World War II. Sherman, since you like Fury. Yo, Glenn Wade, that's fucking dope. Hooking it up, man. Dude, yes, man, yes. I would love to go. I would absolutely love to go. I actually had been wanting to get into World War II reenacting as well. I'm not even really too sure. I'm sure there's like Facebook groups and like guys that I can find. In fact, a lot of the guys I know, at Wildlands, the field that I go to, a lot of them are into World War II reenacting. A lot of them come from that and use Airsoft, and they also play. So I might just hit them up as well. I want to put together a Marine Raider loadout too. That'd be fucking cool. Get an old with the frog skin uniform. Oof, that's hot. That's a hot kit right there. All right, let's keep going. Clint Eastwood. Yes, yes. That was great. Make sure I'm not missing anything. Okay, should be caught up on those. Let's go ahead and scroll down for more questions. Holy crap, we got Obi Vic Kenobi with the $2 donation. Thank you, man. Thank you, man. Really appreciate the donation. If you want to support the channel directly, make sure to go ahead and shop at Airsoft GI for all your Airsoft needs. We have an Independence Day mystery box going on right now for only $170 that has an insane, absolutely bonkers prize list that fucking, I don't know how we're able to keep it this low. But make sure to go ahead and check that out. Only $170 and you automatically get free shipping and you get 10 entries into next Thursday's Shopping Spree giveaway for $1,800. Don't miss out. But let's see what the message. R15 with PW9 Mod 0 backplate possible. R15 PW9 Mod 0 Picatinny backplate possible. I think we had that. R15. One second. I think we did have that at one point. Let's see here. I'm just checking right now. I believe there was an R15 that had the Picatinny backplate. I'm just double checking, make sure. Is it still available? With Picatinny end cap. Yes. We did have that. However, that one is currently out of stock. I mean, if you guys want more of it, we can get more of those. We can definitely see about getting more of those in. But yeah, we can. That's possible. Yeah, it's definitely possible. All right, let's see here. Make sure I'm not missing anything. Elegant Orange asks, do you have any good cheap holster ideas for a 1911 style pistol? Yes, one of the cheapest, most affordable pistol or holsters that I like to recommend. Let's see, Ammo Max. Look at a brand called Ammo Max, and they actually sell several different types of holsters, right? One of the ones that I really, really love and I really dig is got to be the multi-fit holster. Yeah, let's go with this one. They come in other solid black, or if you want like the carbon fiber, I don't really care. I have the carbon fiber one, but even then you could just rattle can it. But yeah, going with something like this, $26, right? And the multi-fit holster is meant to fit pretty much everything. And I've actually tested this out. It fits with Glocks, it fits with 1911s, it fits with high kappas, it fits with up to a deagle. And I know because I've actually stuffed a deagle in there and it worked, right? It's adjustable using an Allen key on these 2 points right here, one here, one here. You're able to go ahead and adjust it to whatever size you need, right? It's a paddle holster, but this is using the same like SciTac. Is that the name? Yeah, that's how you pronounce it. SciTac, the same SciTac mounting system. So there's other aftermarket accessories for it. So if you want to get like a Molly kit for it, that exists as well. Actually, I think if you look up SciTac, yeah, or even Almax, a lot of them are going to be using the same thing. There's like a drop leg platform for it as well, so you can get this panel and get the holster itself, and that's a cool combo right there if you like drop leg. I actually do like drop leg a little bit, but if you want to get, let's say, let's see, where's another one? Yeah, hard shell multi-fit low ride leg holster. That's another option too. This one already comes included with the low ride mount for it. That one's dope. That one's really dope. Yeah, that one's cool. $34.90, fucking cheap. And because this is considered, I would consider this tactical gear. You can get 20% off, right? You can get 20% off that. All right, let's see here. Jeremy Sanchez, can Airsoft GI do a full video on the HK416A5 competition? I'm trying to remember if we did a full video on that. I know we actually did. I believe I covered the 416A5 in an older video that I actually hosted a little while back. I believe last year. I don't think it was specifically talking about that one only. I think it was, or no, I talked about the actual VFC one. We might have to do one actually if we haven't done one already. I'd have to remember though if we did, but if we haven't, we probably would. But we have covered it before in other videos. It has come up. It has shown its face. I do recommend them. They are cool, especially if you want to get a more affordable 416. That is definitely an option for everyone, especially if you want to get into that sort of impressionist kit style, like rabbit hole, you know. All right, let's see here. Jeremy Sanchez, honest opinion on it? Yeah, it's cool, dude. I genuinely do like that. I genuinely do like the 416A5 competition. I think it's dope. Okay. Please give a thumbs up. Okay, this one comes from Jeremy Sanchez. I'm debating Elite Force stock or my PTS EPS. But I like the PTS EPS. I mean, like, I think the EPS is like probably one of the best stocks you can get just for sheer battery space alone. It's dope. And again, it's an accessory. You can get it with discounted right now, up to 20% off. All right. Answer that one already. Getting stocked. Make sure I'm not missing anything. Yeah, Stitch, I generally don't Loctite my optics. Yeah, me either. Because again, what if I want to go and swap it out for something else or just move it around? Okay, let's see. Scroll down. JP Range, hi, how you doing? Okay, resting. Cisco's been out of sick. Oh, here you go. Gnarls, full Adidas tracksuit and a Chicom rig. I'm going full Gopnik. Hey, my man, cheeky breaky, bro. Gnarls, you know what's up, bro. You know what's up. I actually did that too. I went in with like, just because it was cold, right, at George. I had like a fucking, just a regular whatever t-shirt, but I had like my Faraday and Sons chest rig that, again, normally you would see in like the hands of Rhodesian Sela Scouts, right, or their fire forces. I would have that, right, just because it was like kind of you know, ambiguous of a chest rig, right. It could pretty much be used for everything, and it worked for 308 style magazines, which I was actually running. Had a jacket over that, but I actually was using Adidas track pants the entire time. And actually, when I swapped out of the jacket, underneath that, instead of the t-shirt on top of the t-shirt, I actually had a. It was supposed to be like the Adidas tracksuit, like sleeves, but it was a combat top, and it had it was just like a combat. It was a combat shirt that had the hood, but in like blue, and it had the tri Adidas white stripes. Dude, that was clean. I still have it too. I should start wearing that more often. I should. I just always forget that I have it. Let's see, make sure I'm not missing any more. And guys, if you have any more questions, make sure to go ahead and put the letter Q down in front of your question. Again, if you haven't already, make sure to go ahead and leave a like on this live stream video. It really helps us out beat that YouTube algorithm, because YouTube really does not like anything regarding airsoft or real firearms. So definitely helps us beat that algorithm. And if you haven't, make sure to share this around too with guys that might be interested in airsoft, or just anyone that you know. Again, if they have no idea what airsoft is, even better. Let them ask the questions. What is airsoft? I will try my best to answer as best as I possibly can. But I want to go over the promos one more time. Make sure that you guys snag up a Independence Day mystery box right now. $170. That is literally all it costs. $170, and you have access to this whole list right here that you could win. Right? You can go ahead and win any one of the VFC 416s. You can win some of the G&G 308s, some LCTs, right? KWA Ronin T10s, or the original series, the Zion Arms, the mod PW9s, and the R15s, Classic Army Scarabs, right? Even some Arcturus on there as well. We got the ACW Spectre SMG. Again, just so many great fucking solid options that you could win just for $170. $170, and you automatically get free shipping, so it's not going to add up. You do not want to go ahead and miss your chance to go ahead and own something dope, especially because you order one, you're going to be entered into next Thursday's shopping spree giveaway for $1,800, but you're going to have 10 entries in for you because you ordered one of these. So make sure that you place your orders now. All right. TCR671, what kind of cartoons did you watch when you were younger? I was kind of a mix of things. I was a big Cartoon Network and Nickelodeon fanboy. Toonami was where it's at, man. I always loved watching whatever like anime they were able to get in. If you couldn't tell, I'm a big Yu Yu Hakusho fan. Always love that shit. Gundam Wing was also a big one. All right, let's see here. Make sure I'm not missing anything. Okay, should be good. Let's scroll up. All right, cool. Prime Tech Customs. Hey, what's going on, bro? Late, but hello there. General Kenobi. TBDD asks, I have a Lancer Tactical Gen 3 Archon 10-inch. I want to upgrade it. What would you suggest my airsoft places outdoors? Also love your streams. Well, thank you, man. I appreciate that compliment. If you have a Gen 3, gearbox-wise, there's not a whole lot that you really need to upgrade, considering it's already like pretty damn fucking competitive out of the box. But I would say, again, you can't go wrong with upgrading the bucking inner barrel and hop-up nub. Again, like the Gen 3s like are going to be solid, and the Archons are too, right? They already come included with a Type 4 barrel, but the Unicorn is just slightly better, I guess more of a nicer finish to it. I would recommend going with one of those, and again, just the fact that you get like a combo essentially in that pack, right? You get the inner barrel itself, right? You get the bucking, solid, it's going to be an upgrade, and you get the hop-up nub. All three combined, you're looking at near R-hop levels of consistency. It's just super consistent, very tight groupings, great range and accuracy, right? Definitely would recommend picking one of those bad boys up. That's going to be pretty much the main thing that you really need to do at that point. And even then, you don't really have to, considering stock, the Gen 3 Archons, they're great. They are, and I do mean that. I've seen their performance. They are really good. But if you wanted to, that'll definitely help with your overall consistency. Okay, let's see here. Make sure I'm not missing anything. Okay. Are upgrade parts considered accessories? Usually not. They wouldn't be considered accessories. I know what so you can get the discount up. I know. I know what you're talking about, Glenn Wade. Unfortunately, I don't think so. I don't believe that they are, or they would be considered accessories. However, coupon code 20th is still there, so you can definitely use that to get 10% off at the very least, right? Just saying. TCR 671, are tracer units worth the money? That's a good question, TCR. I would say yes, they are. But it also depends on where you're playing, right? That's going to be up to the individual, right? That is again a subjective answer, and really depends on the person and their environment in which they're playing. Now, for me, if I'm going to be playing indoors or if I'm playing at night, yes, absolutely. Tracer units are fucking dope. They look cool as hell. Tracer units are super cool. Right? I especially love Spitfire trace units, right? Because I love that simulated muzzle flash. I know it's so extra, like it is. I guess I could see why some people say, oh, it's a gimmick. But I'm like, man, shut up. Let me have fun, man. Airsoft is about having fun, right? Let me have fun. Let me enjoy my hobby, right? I fucking love Spitfire style trace units with the muzzle flash. It's just so cool. But it actually does have some practical applications as well. Let's say that if you are playing at night, it is a little harder to track the trajectory of your BBs. Being able to see exactly where your BBs are going because they are iridescent, they are glowing, is going to really help spot exactly where they're going, right? Definitely worth. I also think that it's helpful with, not that I'm going to recommend that you, just bear with me here. I think it is very helpful with cheater checking. because before, sometimes it might be a little hard to see where the BBs are actually landing. Now, because you can see exactly where the BB's trajectory is, you can see them bounce off a person. And if they're not calling it, then you can, obviously, I will never, ever, ever encourage you guys to like go up to the person and make an argument. But maybe after the match, you might go up and be like, I would say talk to the ref first before anything. But you can go up to the person if you choose to and be like, hey man. Boaz recommends the same thing, by the way. You'd be like, hey man, I know you probably didn't feel it, but I did shoot you earlier. I would just say, maybe if you can, just try to be a little more careful next time. If I heard that from a player, because I think that's like happened once. Yeah, it's like happened once, and I genuinely just didn't feel it, right? Because they were so far away. But I'm not gonna go ahead and sit there and like try to start an argument with another player. Fuck no, I'm there to have a good time, right? And if they wanted to be that and they were that respectful to me about it, then like, dude, yeah, absolutely, dude, I'm so sorry. Like I'll try my best to, if I feel it, I might even like layer down, honestly, at that point, right? I might even go down to like, instead of like, I might swap out my plate carrier for a rig at that point, just so in case I do get hit again, I'd be able to better feel it. I mean, you never know, right? Again, I never want to give anyone a bad experience with airsoft. Like ever, even on the map, like on the fields, I never want to make someone feel like, man, this guy's not calling it. He's just a cheater. I'm not gonna come to this field again. I would hate it if I ever did anything remotely close to that, right? So if anyone comes up to me like that and says, hey man, I think I got you, just be careful next time, I'm gonna be like, oh dude, like, so sorry, I genuinely didn't feel anything. But yeah, if you get me again, you can just come up to me and let me know that, hey, you're shooting me, and I'll call it. I'm gonna call myself out, right? What's gonna happen to me? I respawn? It ain't worth it. All right, let's go here. Let's see some more questions. Okay, let's see here. So, oh god, I'm caught up. Yeah, Stitch, bucking barrel, maybe stock. Yeah, if you want to. Okay, Stephen Davis Brewster, would you recommend an HPA DMR for Milsim West? Yes and no. Yes and no. Stephen Davis Brewster, I definitely would recommend a DMR, and if you were to go HPA anything, a DMR or an LMG, but more specifically like a DMR would be, I could see that working for sure. Here's my problem with HPA for Milsim West. If you're not in like a, if you're not using it specifically for like LMGs and you have like a big tank or like a DMR. My biggest problem with using HPA for Milsim West, number one, it's just going to be a matter of convenience, right? Practically using it on an actual field, like during gameplay. I mean, you could bring this argument anywhere, no matter where you bring HPA, but especially where I play, there's a lot of like debris. There's a lot of like nails just like are sticking out of doorways and stuff. There's a lot of debris everywhere. You could very easily, because I've seen it happen where your line just gets snagged on something and it just knocks the gun down entirely. Like it just knocks it out of a person's hands because they weren't gripping it tight enough. It can knock the line out. Also, having to carry an additional piece of kit on your back can sometimes be a little annoying, which is why I genuinely love running a chest rig whenever I do longer ops like that, because I'm able to put on a backpack and take it off when I need to, like my rucksack. If we're moving PBs or something, it's easy to just grab up all my gear, throw it in my rucksack, put on my backpack, and then just keep fighting and move around like I'm normal. Versus if I have an HPA tank in the back, right, and a line running through it, because I have something in the back, if I'm put on my rucksack, it's gonna like really dig into my back and it's gonna hurt a lot. And a lot of guys on my team, like, they forget that, or it's their first time, right? And they bring it out and it's like, oh man, it's just a pain because it really digs in their back, especially because you're walking for like, for a good while, right? It can be, I think, even like, I think the longest you can generally walk, you can walk like a couple miles if you wanted to, like, right? Because like, again, it's depending on what you're doing. You could be out there for just walking most of the night on patrol, right? Or like if you're part of a recce team, right? And you might need to sleep out in a remote area separate from, the PB where everyone else is at. That can happen. That can 100% happen. And most guys will usually not run an HPA setup because of the added pieces of kit on them. Also, air. If you run out of air for whatever reason, you're boned, right? There's no refill station out there. You're boned, right? So you can do it, and I could see it working fairly well for a DMR because, again, as a DMR or in a reconnaissance role, you're not popping off rounds like crazy, right? You're not an LMG user. You're not going to be just mowing people down or laying down like walls of hate, right? You're taking quick, precise, accurate shots, right? Pinpoint shots. That's what you're going for. So for that, I could see it working because you probably save a little bit on air there. But again, for whatever reason something happens, you get a leak somewhere, whatever it may be, and you run out of air, you're fucked, right? Normally, I tell the guys on my team the same thing. They can run whatever they want, but just keep that in mind, right? Okay, let's see here. Any more questions? Okay. TCR 671 chest rig or plate carrier for mag storage. Again, that depends on the model itself. I like chest rigs a lot. I've said that I prefer chest rigs generally over plate carriers, even though I like the way plate carriers look. But for mag storage, I guess it depends on the model itself. You can't really have too much of an opinion on that. Some chest rigs do come, without any pouches whatsoever, and you have to go out and buy the pouches yourself separately. That's a thing. That's a good option. That's a valid option. Because again, you might want to reconfigure your chest rig for a different purpose, right? You might want to just swap out the pouches depending on your setup for the weekend. At that point, it's just a matter of what pouches you run. I think I generally prefer chest rig overall over plate carriers, because with a lot of plate carriers you do have to buy the pouches separate. Some of them might come included with a few, or maybe just like a regular triple shingle. But again, for me, it's usually going with a chest rig, like some type of chest rig that has pretty wide girthy mag pouches designed for AKs, because then I can store multiple shit in there. Because if it works for an AK, I can generally get it to work for 308 magazines. So if I want to run my SCAR, if I want to run my FAL, which I have brought to MSW, yeah, I could do it. Pezkill asks, thoughts on Battle Belt versus PC or plate carrier. Wait, where'd it go? Where'd the question go? Oh, there we go. Battle Belt versus plate carrier. Between the two, okay, I wish I was able to do belts more. Normally, my battle belt that I have, I rock a Condor. What the fuck is it called? Is the training belt? No. I'll remember the name in a little bit. It's in the back of my head. But normally I do rock like a Condor belt, but not a battle belt in which it's gonna have the Molly preset there. I could see how that's useful, but I never really liked the way belts fit on me. I don't know. I feel like I got a weird belt. I feel like I was just made wrong. The whole meme is oh, I'm built different. No, I'm built wrong. I am made incorrectly. I am made outside of the preset parameters. I should not exist. But no, when it comes to battle belts, I definitely see why they're cool. And some people it looks cool as fuck, right? But for me, it just kind of constantly slides everywhere for me. I'm not the biggest battle belt fan. I know some people are. Usually I would suggest, if you have my problem, I would recommend rocking it with some suspenders just to keep it in place. But that's just me. For between the two, I would rather go with a battle belt, but I can see why, or I'd rather go with a plate carrier, but I can definitely see why a battle belt, especially in a more aggressive field, like say you're playing in an indoor field, I could definitely see why a battle belt would be more convenient and easier, just quicker too, just snap on your belt and you're done. Let's see here. Prime says, hey Stitch, well actually, Leafs fan, do you recommend buying on Hop Up? No, I would recommend you shop at Airsoft GI, of course, right? Because again, everything we sell, every Airsoft gun is going to come included with a warranty, right? For the most part. And of course, you don't see Hop Up selling Independence Day mystery boxes, right? Where again, our mystery boxes are absolutely fucking insane. Would recommend going through us because again, you're going to have customer service support as well through us as well. You're not going to get that with Hop Up. Yeah, just throwing that out there. Okay. Sure, I'm not making Marfil Milsim West. Okay, make sure to scroll down to the most recent question. I made wrong. Yes, dude, absolutely. Battle Belt supplements PC for plate carriers for me, Stitch. Yeah, no, absolutely. Again, it depends on the person, right? If you really love the look of a plate carrier like I do, then yeah, I would say go for a plate carrier. Right, and it does offer a little bit more. If you're worried about getting hit, right, then yeah, it technically speaking does offer more coverage, more protection, if you will. It's Airsoft, guys. We're getting shot with 6mm plastic BB. You can't handle the hit of a plastic BB, whatever. But yeah, I would say battle belts can definitely come in clutch if you want something more minimalist compared to a plate carrier. Prime Tech Customs, you ever have a moment where your heart almost sank after dropping your 6mm GAT, if any? Yes. Yes, I have. There were several moments where I've dropped my airsoft guns throughout my 13 to 14 years of playing where I thought, oh no, it's broken. It's done. Sorry. Or it's broken or done, right? I think the most recent experience I had with dropping my gun. This one was not because of the drop, but because of what it implies. There was I think one time at Wildlands where I was trying to play Oh no, not Wildlands. This actually no, even more recently, the last Milsim West that I went to, um, not the last one, but the one before that, I had a my 1911. I was rocking 1911 for that event in my holster. Um, and in the middle of like this massive firefight, if you guys haven't heard the story, I wouldn't. The time that we went as a PMC and like our embassy was under siege, it was basically literally like the movie 13 Hours, but just for Milsim West. It was fucking crazy, right? Hours long firefight. But I ran out of ammo in my primary, and then my backup gun I was using was someone else was borrowing at the time. So I was like, all right, time to go to sidearm, and I reached for my sidearm, and you can imagine my surprise when my holster was like gone. Like part of my holster was gone. The part that actually the actual holster itself was missing. Um, this is before I switched over to the Ammo Max one. Part of my holster was missing, and then I was just left with the straps just hanging on, like the mount. I was just left with the straps just kind of hanging there, and I was like, "The fuck happened? How did it get undone?" It turns out it broke, right? And I was like, "What the hell?" And thank God I found it like 30 minutes later. But for a good those 30 minutes, my heart sank. I was like, "No, my sidearm is gone. Someone took it." I genuinely thought someone had stolen it, right? Because it probably fell, right? But and I'm not like it probably fell, and I was imagining that someone just like stole it, like took it from there, right? They probably saw it and they're like, "Oh, free pistol," and they took it for themselves, right? Which unfortunately has happened to me before, right? When it comes to like accessories or parts, like I don't know, like I dropped a magazine, right? And I know exactly where I dropped it, but I came back 5 minutes later and someone had picked it up and not returned it to the referee. I was mad. I was very very mad. Uh, okay, let's see here. Make sure I'm not missing anything. Okay, should be good. Let's go ahead and scroll down. All right. TBDD asks, am I guaranteed a gun from the list? Also, does it come with the gun or the accessories such as speed loader or magazines? So that's dependent on the gun. You are guaranteed a gun from this list. Yes, you are guaranteed a gun from this list, right? That is a guarantee. Ooh, sorry, a little gassy there. With it coming in speed loader, some of these guns, let's see, some of them might come included with a speed loader out of the box, like just because that's what the manufacturer wanted to include in the packaging. All airsoft guns, though, regardless of what you buy in most brands, they're always going to include at least one magazine, whether that be a high cap or a mid cap. That's up to the manufacturer. We're not throwing any additional accessories on there. What you see there on the prizes is what you are going to be getting. But again, they are going to come included with the magazine. And some of them, the manufacturer might want to include a speed loader in them, depending on the model. But that's all up to the manufacturer at that point. Okay, let's see here. ID4 mystery boxes list based. Yeah. Quick glance on the list looks like replica only. Again, like it is going to be the gun itself, but again, that doesn't mean that you're only going to be getting in the gun because again, those are all going to be brand new guns. They're going to come included with a magazine, of course, that the manufacturer specifies for it. And if in the packaging for whatever reason, let's say like they came included with a speed loader, yeah, you would end up getting that speed loader as well, which I think is really dope, right? But again, that depends on the manufacturer. But again, 170 and you get this insane prize list. It's fucking crazy, guys. And you get the 10 entries into the shopping spree giveaway for $1,800. That is fucking wild. And again, if you guys haven't already, make sure to go out and check out the sales page on our website too. We still have shocker deals going on. We still have some shocker deals going on right now, meaning that these are like the super, super discounted items at airsoftgi.com, but only for that much time. The timer is still going. It's still active right now. You cannot use coupon codes for the shocker deals because, again, that's already as discounted as they can go. But definitely worth checking out. If you guys wanted to go ahead and put together, like, say, a 240 kit, guess what? We have a 240. If you want to put together an XM177, an old MACV saw kit, or if you want to do an XM733, right? You can definitely do that as well. Again, those old kits, I love seeing them put together, right? I'm actually working on a MACV SOG kit and a Gothic Serpent Delta Force kit as well. So Black Hawk Down, yeah, I'm doing that right now. The kit's still in work. When it does eventually come to fruition, both of them, I will be posting pictures on the Tactical Gearhead section of our Discord server. So stay on the lookout for that. Yeah, make sure to go and check those out as well. And again, we got some new products as well. If you want to go and check those out. Of course, you got the Independence Day mystery box. But of course, right, we got some more. These new core series. If you guys were on a really, really big budget or know someone that's on a really deep budget and needed to get a airsoft gun like stat, you can definitely pick up one of these Lancer Tactical Gen 2s. The core series are not going to come included with a battery and charger to save you a little bit of extra money, but that's definitely something that you can pick up later on down the line as well, right? A lot of options there. And of course, some combo packages featuring the MGC4s. The best gun to own in 2023. But yeah, at the end of the day, if you're asking me like what the best thing to get right now is, it's definitely got to be that mystery box, man. Definitely got to be that mystery box. All right. Again, if you guys have any questions, make sure to keep putting the questions down in the live chat and make sure to put the letter Q in front of it so that way I can easily identify it. Helps me out a lot. And it looks like we only have 10 more minutes left of the stream, so now's your time to go and ask your burning questions, if you will. Gregory Balubar, y'all got the TM-AKX? Yes, we just got those in. Those are going to be hitting the website shortly. So just be on the lookout for that. Those are going to be hitting the website very soon. But yes, we did get them in. It's funny. I also do, if you guys didn't know, I also do the descriptions on product listings as well. So I'm the one that's in charge of bringing in new products and getting them up on the site. I actually just did the description for the TM-AKX earlier today, actually. Prime Tech Cousin, sounds like the good premise for the Brave Little Toaster for Milsim, the enduring little sidearm. Yo, the Brave Little Toaster, that movie, I don't know what it is. That movie kind of scared me, man. I feel like that movie kind of traumatized me. It was either the first one or it was a Brave Little Toaster Goes to Mars. One of the two. I think one of those movies traumatized me for some reason. I can't remember why. Maybe I like blacked it out from my memory so I don't relive that trauma, but you know. Pezkill, how long will the mystery box be sold for? Till it runs out. TBDD asks, high caps or mid caps? I like mids more. Yes, TBDD. I prefer mid caps as well. Don't get me wrong, though. High caps, Bossman and I were actually talking about this. High caps do have their place in Airsoft, and I don't think high caps deserve that much hate as much as they do. Now, there are some definite downsides, don't get me wrong, with going with a high cap magazine. You know, it's a tactical maraca. It's going to be shaking around like... Do I have an example? Damn it, I wish this was full of... It sounds like this. Granted, that's like change, but... There you go. It can sound very similar to that, right? Where it's just rattling around. So if you're trying to be sneaky-breaky, you know, you're going to give away your position very easily. Not only that, you have to make sure that it is nice and wound. And it's not going to feed, like, you can't just, like, wind it once and then expect it to, like, work the entire, you know, session that you're playing. You have to wind it every so often in between, you know, bursts, right? And that's to be expected. That is the design of those magazines. It is to accommodate the sheer size or the sheer amount of BBs that you can have, right? Again, like if you're talking, like look at an AK, right? An AK regular high cap magazine can be like 400, 500 like rounds, right? It's fucking a lot. It's a lot of BBs that you can hold in there. I think the average is like 500. It's a lot of rounds that you can carry inside that magazine. When you're talking about high caps, right, for AK specifically. Even M4s, what is it, like 300, 350 is like the average, right? That's still a lot of BBs to carry. Like, you can rock several rounds of play with just one high cap magazine. And I know because I've done it for years, right? For a while, I couldn't afford, when I was first getting into air, so I couldn't afford getting more magazines. So that high cap magazine, when I was able to buy extra magazines, I bought high cap specifically. I think in total I had like 3 high cap mags for my gun, and I ran those specifically because I didn't want to have to get like more mid caps, right? If I had mid caps, it would have been cool, and I always wanted them, but I knew I was like, man, I should just play it smart and just, you know, save my money and just get like the high caps for now, right? Eventually I will get the mid caps, right? Because I love just being able to insert my magazine and not have to worry about it, right? Just feed it until it stops shooting. That's pretty much all I got to worry about. But high caps do have their place, and I think they're very handy. If anything, too, for my LMG guys, if you guys run like a 249, you guys should always be carrying there's like a standard, versatile, like M4 high cap magazine, right? Because if your box mag, for whatever reason, having issues, that high cap mag is going to be your saving grace. That is going to keep you playing. When you're down, when shit hits the fan, right, and you have nothing else, grab a high cap, put in your gun, your 249, and you're good. It will feed. It will feed. It will always work. What benefits come with becoming an ASGI member? Do you mean referring to like just being part of the Mayo Gang? I mean, when you like if you're being a customer with us, right, or just anyone that's part of like the Mayo Gang community, we essentially have your back, right? We want to help out as many people as we can, and that goes for pretty much everyone. We want to give everyone like welcoming arms, for being part of this community, right? That's why we have like guys in the Mayo Gang, right? But if you're like members of the Mayo Gang, truly would usually be keeping up with like our social media, being on our Discord server. They're the first to know everything, right? And again, guys that watch, like regulars that watch the live stream, you guys know that you guys get the exclusive a lot of times directly from Boss Man's mouth himself too. He'll literally come down and like tell you guys stuff, or he'll say like, hey, we can disclose this information and we'll disclose it with you guys. You guys are the first to know pretty much everything. As soon as we know something, most of the time you guys know it as well. Let's see here, make sure I'm not missing anything. All right, cool. Let's scroll down for more magazines. I think I have 9 high caps still. Yeah, no, Gnarls, high caps, again, they work. They do their jobs. They do exactly what they're supposed to do. Hold a shit ton of rounds, right? That is their job. Hold a fuck ton of rounds and keep you playing for longer. And it makes sense, right? Now, personally, yes, Stitch, you are right. Mid caps are most popular currently. And I think for good reason. Again, they're a lot stealthier. They're a lot quieter. Not going to rattle around as much. Why did that give me a tongue twister? What the fuck? They're not going to rattle around as much, right? And I do feel like, for the most part, most mid-caps usually feed a little bit better. I mean, just for the, again, I guess it depends on the brand magazine you go with, right? But the fact that you don't have to worry about winding it and it's just a straight feed, right? That's fucking cool. That is freaking cool. Lee's fan, I deeply apologize. No worries, dude. We all learned. Just do it again. But yeah, always recommend that you get all your Airsoft goodies from Airsoft GI, because again, you're not going to get discounts anywhere near this good from anywhere else, right? And again, these mystery boxes, this is our trademark, man. We got the best mystery boxes in all the Airsoft market, right? 170, and you get this whole list, right? This whole list of guns that you could potentially win. And you get 10 entries into these shopping spree giveaway. Here's the thing, guys. All my regulars know, right? All my regulars know. We are the only Airsoft retailer that rewards your $20 plus order with a chance to win a shopping spree giveaway, and that can be stacked to insane amounts. We've had winners win $4,000 before, over $4,000, right? Mark Popejoy, Airsoft Brewer, Real Wild. These are just some of the names of guys that have won massive with Airsoft GI, right? And you can be the very next big winner too. And all it takes is one order to go ahead and be entered into it, just $20 or more, right? But we want to go ahead and give you guys more chances to increase your odds, right? So which is why we'll do stuff like this, right? Whenever you buy a mystery box, you get 10 entries. Obviously, yeah, we're a business. We want your money, of course, absolutely. We're a business. We want your business, continued business. But we do the giveaway completely for free because we want to. We want to give back to the community that has supported us and kept us alive for over 20 years, and it's going to be another 20 years and another 20 years after that. Mayo Gang never die. All right, guys, you only got like 3 more minutes left of the stream, so make sure that you ask your questions now while you can. Let's see here. Also, make sure to keep later on today, the premiere for part 2 of the BB Wars video should be going up, so make sure that you keep an eye out for the premiere of that as well. Okay, let's see here. Scroll down to the most recent things. All right, cool. Stitch, most cost-effective mid-caps, Lancer Tactical, high-speed mid-caps, 5 for 52 works, and a lot. Yeah, absolutely. I love the high-speed magazines. Here, I'm going to go show them up for you. High-speed magazine. Okay. Oh, I got to crack my back. Oh, I don't know if you heard that neck crunch. That was tasty. Actually, you guys want to hear something crazy? All right, listen to this. Oh, let's see. Okay, crack the fingers there. Yep. Listen to the wrists. Isn't that weird? Oh, it doesn't hurt when I do it. I don't know why I'm able to do that, but I remember showing my doctor one time, and he's like, never in my 35 plus years of practicing medicine have I ever seen anyone be able to do it that much for that long. But yeah, the Lancer Tactical high speed 130 round mid-cap magazines are dope. These fit in a variety, and I mean most M4, M16, AR-15 platforms, right? They fit into pretty much all of them. Come in a variety of different colors. You can even get them in packs as well, but individually they cost like $12. $12 each, right? They come in green, blue, purple, red. If you want to get the smoke, like the kind of translucent gray, tan, we have those available as well. These are cheap mags. If you're looking for a really good, solid feeding magazine, definitely worth checking out the high-speed mid-cap magazines. All right. Much love from big old Texas with y'all. Wish y'all came out here so far. I know we normally have D14 for BB Wars. But yeah, honestly, dude, the next time that I can go out, if I ever can go to a Texas BB War event, absolutely. I would love to go out and hang out with you, man. I would love to go out and play Airsoft and sling some plastic with you. All right, guys, looks like that is going to be the end of the Storefront live stream. Remember, guys, make sure to go and place your orders for an Independence Day mystery box, only 170, and you get an insane list of prizes that you could potentially win, and you get 10 entries into the $1,800 shopping spree giveaway going down next Thursday, this coming Thursday. So make sure that you don't miss out. And make sure to use coupon code 20th. That coupon code is expiring. So it's going to be getting 10% off anything you purchase, even if it's already discounted. Obviously, mystery boxes don't count, as we answered that yesterday, but yeah. Even if it's already discounted, you can use coupon code 20th for an additional 10% off. Use coupon code 20BD for 20% off accessories specifically, and use coupon code GEAR for 20% off all tactical gear orders. Make sure to place your orders. Don't miss out. Save big with Airsoft GI. And again, guys, we have plenty of new products available and discounted items as well. Go to the sale page on our website, and you can see tons of shocker deals that are readily available. Make sure to place your orders for that and take advantage because, again, those shocker deals are on a timer. You can see the timer right there. It's not going to last forever, so place your orders while you can. All right, guys, that is going to wrap it up for the live stream. Make sure to go and place your orders. Make sure to support Airsoft GI. It's the best way to go ahead and support the channel itself and keep the lights rolling and then keep these live streams going. If you haven't already, make sure to go ahead and give a thumbs up. It really helps us out beat that YouTube algorithm. I will see you guys on the next live stream. Guys, take it easy. And if for whatever reason, I'm pretty sure I'm going to see you again tomorrow. Probably going to be live streaming again tomorrow. But in case we don't, I don't know, for whatever reason, I want to wish you guys a happy